Impact Wrestling, Hard to Kill, preview and predictions. Hi, welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel. Thank you for choosing the channel, choosing the video. Please subscribe right now, leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. Going to go through now the match card for Hard to Kill, give my predictions of the show. Breaking news as well on Instagram today, I've seen this, that starting at Hard to Kill, Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown will be Impact Wrestling's new broadcast team. I'm really excited about this. I really can't wait. Matt Striker, I think, is fantastic at the role. I've heard really good things about D'Lo Brown as well in this, so I'm looking forward to seeing them as a partnership. I think it should be really good at Hard to Kill. But let's get straight into the deep end, shall we? Let's go straight into the matches, and where else should we start but the main event, the six-man tag team match. AEW World Champion Kenny Omega is in the house with the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers. Don Callis, no doubt, will be in the corner, taking on the Impact World Champion Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. Where do I start? I tell you what, I have absolutely loved the direction with Impact and AEW. I've made it no secret on the channel. I think it is absolutely awesome. The fact that we've had Kenny Omega on Impact now for a number of weeks, the fact we've had the Good Brothers go on Dynamite, the fact the Young Bucks have teamed up as well on Dynamite. Will they have a part to play? Well, I think they will. I think they will also be at Hard to Kill. I think that's your news story going through this. I'm not going to spend too long diving into the match here of what way it could go, it might go. I reckon this is going to happen. I expect the Young Bucks to come in and help Kenny Omega and as well the Good Brothers pick up the victory here. As much as I want to see Impact win on their own turf, I see Omega picking up the victory, potentially even over Rich Swann. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way it went down and it led to a champion versus champion match somewhere further down the line. But I'm really buzzing for this. I think it should be an awesome main event. Whatever happens, it's going to create headlines. This match is must see in my opinion. I think it's going to be a great main event for Hard to Kill. Another match I cannot wait to see at Hard to Kill, and the fact that we've not seen one of these on Impact for 3 years, and the last time it was on Impact, it was barred from TV. It was too violent. This sounds like my kind of thing. A barbed wire massacre match. Eddie Edwards against Sami Callihan. I can't wait. These two have had history for years, going back to the baseball bat, which of course took out Eddie Edwards' eye. I think it was like I say 3 years ago, about February time. The fact that this feud now is culminating here at Hard to Kill, I cannot wait to see it. I think it's going to be brutal, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be violent, and I'm really excited to see it. And both guys, I think neither of them are going to mind going into the barbed wire structure. I think this is going to be a real fun encounter. To give a prediction, well, we have to keep an eye that Ken Shamrock is going to be in the building. Will he play a part in this? We'll have to wait and see. I want to see Eddie Edwards get the victory. I think this is the place to get the payoff. This is where it should be done. I will predict Eddie Edwards, which is probably a silly prediction as Shamrock is probably going to be in the round, but I want to see this finish the right way, and I think this would be the right place to end it. Eddie Edwards to finally get revenge after all these years and pick up a win in a barbed wire massacre match. Sounds brutal, sounds bloody, it sounds beautiful. Next, let's go with the Knockouts Championship and another match I'm really looking forward to. Deonna Purrazzo against Taya Valkryie. The fact we've got Kimberly that's been in the corner for Deonna Purrazzo. And as well as that, we've now got Susan. Honestly, the three faces of Susan. Susie, Sue Young, we've now got Susan. Someone who looks like it's going to be quite well equipped in your office and quite handy with a fax machine, to be honest. But will she play a part? She's helped Kimberly pick up a victory over Taya Valkryie this past week. Rosemary has been in the corner of Taya Valkryie, but she has her own match to concentrate on. Will she be there with Crazy Steve to try and even up the odds? We'll have to wait and see. The fact that Taya lost on Impact makes me wonder if she'll win on this pay-per-view, but at the same time, I'm not fully aware if she's re-signed with Impact or not. This could be the swan song for all we know. What I will say is, I think Deonna Purrazzo retains either way. I don't see her losing the Knockouts Championship for the at least foreseeable future. So for me, my money has to go on the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. Let's look at the X Division Championship match next then, and we've got Manik, the champion, going against Rohit, Raju and Chris Bay. I've enjoyed this build-up with these three guys, and of course, we know it's TJP under that mask. You haven't got to tell us, but Manik, what a great gimmick. It's good to see that brought back. I really enjoyed the Manik gimmick previously. The fact that Rohit, Raju and Chris Bay are absolutely obsessed with this, you would imagine cancels each other out. That seems like the logical thing that Manik would retain here. But what I will say is also that Madison Rayne predicted Chris Bay this week would win, and of course Josh Matthews predicted that Manik would retain. So is Rohit Raju going to pick up the upset victory and once again become your X Division champion? I mean, saying upset, he was a champion for quite a while, so it wouldn't surprise me if Rohit was to pick up the victory here. But we've got new commentators in the seat, and the fact also that Chris Bay did pick up the victory on Impact this past week, I have a feeling Manik is actually going to retain here, because let's not forget, Ace Austin won the Super X Cup just this past weekend at Genesis. I think that is a natural made matchup after Manik retains the belt. So I'm going to go for Manik against Ace Austin in the long run. In the short run, I will be going for Manik to pick up the victory. Let's talk about the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, and I'll tell you what, it's been a long time coming, but it's great to see these belts are finally back. The right two teams are in the final, in my opinion. We've got Kiera, Hogan and Tasha Steelz going against Havok and Naeveh. Well, I have to stick my neck out. I said at the start of this tournament, I thought that Havok and Naeveh would be your first Knockouts Tag Team Champions of the new era, and I'm going to have to stick my money on it and stick with it. I said it at the start, I have to go with it now. I did think both of these teams would be in the final. I will tell you a little secret though for you guys listening. I will be rooting for Kiera and Tasha. I think that they would be great as the first champions. I think they've got the right cockiness about them. They're great heels. I think that it would work really, really well, and it would be fun to see babyfaces chase for the championships. But as I said, I made this prediction a while ago. I'm not backing down now. Havok and Naeveh for me will be your Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Let's go a bit on the undercard, shall we? We've got a great mixed tag team match to look forward to. Tenille Dashwood will be partnering up with Kaleb, with a K. Let's not ever forget that K. That K is important. We'll be taking on the team of Rosemary and Crazzzy Steve. Now, I really like the fact that they are back together. It does make me wonder as well, is Taya Valkryie really on her way? Because, well, we could have almost 2/3 of the Decay back together, and I really like the idea of that. And I'm going to go for them to pick up the victory as well. They're back together. This is something exciting. It feels fresh. I'm going to go for them to pick up the victory here at Hard to Kill. Next, we'll look for old school rules. There's not an Impact show without old school rules these days. It's a Tommy Dreamer specialty, as Tommy Dreamer will team with Rhino and Cousin Jake, taking on the faction of Eric Young, Deonna and Joe Doering. Now, I must admit, I really like the pairing. I love what they've done with Deonna. The fact that he's just completely changed the gimmick. He's ditched the beard, shaved his head. He's almost under this like cult fashion that Eric Young has got going on. I think it's awesome. I really like it. Joe Doering, he seems big. He seems powerful. He looks like he's been in a scrap or two in his time, so I'll keep my words soft and sweet. I still need time for it to see if I'm going to be a fan of Joe Doering at this particular moment, but I haven't seen enough to make a full judgment. I'm not too familiar with his previous work, but what I will say is he's looked dominant since coming in and is a real handy man in this Eric Young faction that we've got going on. As for the baby faces, well, we've got two old ECW guys here with Tommy Dreamer and Rhino. No strangers to the toys coming out. They will be used to this environment, but do they need the victory? That is the question I make here. I think looking at Cousin Jake, I will stick my neck out now and say Cousin Jake has got a big 2021 ahead of him. I see big things in his future. Maybe X Division Championship, maybe even higher. We'll have to wait and see. I hope that at some point down the line, we will get a pay-per-view match with Cousin Jake and Deonna one-on-one. Perhaps it's the next Impact Plus special, maybe could be on the way for us. But in the meantime, on this night, on this show, if the faces are going to win, Cousin Jake will get that victory. But I'm going to go for the heels to pick up the victory. But what I will also say is keep in mind, Heath, I think, will make his return. The question is, does he do it during the match and give the babyfaces the victory? Or does he come in and make the save after the match? I actually wonder, and I might change my prediction here, because we've got a second six-man tag match in this show, and I've already gone for the heels once. Let's switch it up. Why not? I think the heels need it more here, but I'm going to go for the babyfaces because I think Cousin Jake is going to be the reason they win, and I think Heath is going to come here to make it 4-on-3. Last but not least, then, this match is a bit bizarre to say the very least, I must admit. I'm a big fan of Ethan Page, And I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out, because effectively it's Ethan Page against Ethan Page, but of course it's his alter ego, the Karate Man. This has been bizarre to say the very least of what we've seen so far, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to be done. Maybe it's a trick of the camera. It's certainly a perfect time to do this sort of cinematic style match if you want to do trick of the camera, because there's no fans in attendance, so probably a lot of work is going to go into it, that I will say. But I'm lost for words of what I think I will see. To make a prediction, I'm going to go for the Karate Man. I do wonder if this is Ethan Page's swan song also. I'm unsure if he's re-signed with the company. If he hasn't, I think this is where it all goes. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's some bizarre no contest and he just goes off into the sunset. But for me, I'm going to go for the Karate Man, because I've got to pick somebody, so I think that's how it's going to go down. Last but not least, I've not seen a graphic for this anywhere on Twitter, but Scott D'Amore did make a match of Josh Alexander and Brian Myers. Should this make the card, I will go for Josh Alexander to pick up the victory, but it's only should it make the card. I'm not sure if it is on the card at the time of recording. Like I say, Ace Austin, Moose, Willie Mack, and none of these guys seem to be on the card at present. There has been a little bit of news reports, according to Wrestle Talk, that maybe COVID has struck in amongst, and I really hope it hasn't amongst this pay-per-view and the Impact roster. I hope everybody is safe and healthy, and this card will go ahead as normal, but of course, always card subject to change. But most important thing, I hope that everyone is healthy and safe in the Impact roster. But that's my predictions anyway for Hard to Kill this Saturday evening. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. I can't wait to interact with you, so leave a comment who you think is going to be winning, who are the winners, who are the losers, which match are you looking forward to seeing the most, and what do you want to see on the fallout after Hard to Kill. Let me know right now in the comments below. Please like, share the video as well. Always important to share the video. Word of mouth goes a long way in helping the channel grow, and I really, really do appreciate it. If it's your first time watching and you've liked it, hit the thumb up, hit the subscribe button as well. Set your notifications to all. I do videos at least a few times a week. Impact Wrestling, WWE, AEW. It is non-stop wrestling here on SCW. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Quick shout out as well to Jonesy Chats Wrestling. I joined him this week to do a WWE Raw review for you this past week. So go and check out on his channel. I'll leave a little video here at the end of this here. Go and click on it. Go and give him a subscribe as well. He's done a lot of creative content and helped out a lot on SCW in the past. So I would really appreciate it if you went over to his channel, check out the video, and of course give it a thumb up and a subscribe as well. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Have yourselves a great day. You've been watching SCW, the Wrestling Channel. Take care.